Hello, my fellow scientists, fellow Nigerians, bioscientists, biotechnologists, and everyone watching us from around the world. We are biotechnology Welcome to our first Society of Nigeria, Ebonyi State University chapter, Abakaliki, passionate about engaging in real scientific conversations that affect our society. My name is Kolawole Omotunde Anthony. Me here is my co-moderator. Okay, from the opposing side, we have From the proposing side, we have Today, we are discussing a topic that has sparked global debate: GMOs, solution to hunger or hidden danger. I will begin by explaining what GMOs are and whether GM foods are considered safe based on current scientific evidence. After that, we will move into a structured debate session. One speaker will argue in support of GMOs as a solution to hunger and food insecurity, while another speaker will present concerns and opposing arguments about potential risks and dangers of GM crops. This is not about winning an argument, it is about examining the science, the ethics, and the future of agriculture in Nigeria and Africa. So stay with us as we explore both sides of this important issue. Now let's move into the meaning of GMOs. GMOs, genetically modified organisms, are organisms whose genetic material has been altered using biotechnology. In simple terms, scientists take a specific gene from one organism and insert it into another to give it a desired trait. Example of GMOs: making crops resistant to pests, increasing nutritional values like vitamin A enrichment. So instead of waiting for years of traditional breeding, biotechnology speeds up the process. Now let's hear from our proposing side.
I'm proposing the motion which says that GMOs are a solution to hunger and should be embraced responsibly. Some organizations, such as the World Health Organization, ensures that genetically modified foods are scientifically assessed and safe for human consumption before they are approved. Another organization is the Food and Agriculture Organization, which supports food security and sustainable agriculture.
Good day, everyone. I do not stand against science today, but for caution, responsibility, and long-term thinking. GMOs may be a hidden danger. Genetically modified organisms are often presented as solutions to hunger and climate change. But we need to ask ourselves, are we fully aware of this risk with this technology? Example, uncertain long-term health effects. Organizations like World Health Organization and Food Science and National Food Science have approved GMO foods as safe, but safety assessments are done case by case and based on available data. GMOs are widely consumed since the 90s, making the multi-generational studies and long-term thinking limited. Now, for example, let's look at the case of Starlink corn in United States. It was only approved for animal feed due to allergic concerns, yet it accidentally entered the human food supply in the 2000s, leading to massive recalls. If accidental contamination can happen in a highly regulated country, can we confidently guarantee perfect control everywhere? So, the question still remains, can we declare something completely safe when the long-term generational studies are still ongoing?
Genetically modified foods undergo strict risk assessment, which means they are carefully tested for safety. Government decisions about GMOs should be based on scientific evidence, not rumors or fears. Now, GM crops helps farmers produce more foods. Pest-resistant crops reduce crop loss, which means that these crops can fight insects, useful in areas with low rainfall, less competition for nutrients, and better crop growth. Biotechnology gives farmers tools, not miracles, but tools matters. GMOs are not magic solutions. but they help farmers handle real agricultural challenges better. Reduced pesticide use. Some genetically modified crops reduce reliance on chemical pesticides, lower cost for farmers, reduced exposure to harmful chemicals, potential environmental benefits. This helps counter the environmental damage argument.
I still oppose on what my colleague said. We have to actually go on the environmental risks that these genetically modified organisms have. Genetic modification does not stay in the laboratories. It enters our ecosystem. My major concern is habitat resistance. Crops developed by Monsanto, now owned by Bayer, were engineered to tolerate glyphosate herbicides. Over time, heavy usage contributed to the emergence of superweeds. Weeds resistant to glyphosate. Farmers in some areas start to use stronger chemicals and increase spraying. Are we solving one environmental issue while creating another? There is also a risk of cross-pollination with wet plants, reduced biodiversity, and harm to non-target insects. Nature is complex, and once genes are released in the environment, they cannot they simply cannot be recorded or reversed.
Some genetically modified crops reduce reliance on chemical pesticides. Lower cost for farmers, reduce exposure to harmful chemicals, potential environmental benefits. This helps counter the environmental damage argument. Now, in addressing malnutrition, some genetically modified crops are enhanced with vitamins and nutrients. This can help combat micronutrient deficiencies. Africa faces vitamin deficiencies and protein energy malnutrition. If biotechnology can reduce child malnutrition, should we ignore it?